Hi, this is Chris Cordell. I'm going to be doing the case feasibility study for in favor of Plaintiff Bill versus Phil, and I'm with team number 1. The decision on how to address this situation between Phil and Bill is quite clear. Workers' compensation is inevitable under Florida Statute 440.09. This statute explains that because Bill was injured on the job at Phil's workshop, Bill is entitled to compensation or benefits from his employer to accommodate his injury. Major health costs are expected, and the injury to our client has been a great suffering. It has been shown that Bill will have significant medical expenses pertaining to one or more surgeries on his hand, as well as any rehabilitation expenses. Our client is seeking compensation for future emotional distress and physical anguish. Future costs have to be accounted for, as the road to recovery will be a long one for Bill. Bill must travel to and from physical therapy several times a week, and there is a cost associated with that. The amount of exercise and therapy Bill must do will be physically draining. Bill has also suffered emotional trauma from this accident and may have permanent damage to his hand, altering the functionality of it and his overall quality of life. Our client will have permanent scarring on his hand, a constant reminder of this tragic accident. With Bill's future in mind, the decision to rule in favor for this additional compensation should be an easy one. Let's talk about the reasons why Bill deserves all the support we've outlined thus far, and how the accident was to no fault of his own. According to OSHA's workers' rights documentation, Phil has the right to a safe workspace at Phil's company. It is Phil's responsibility to make sure Bill's daily job routine is free of and protected from hazards. Because Phil's equipment was old and lacking in maintenance, this safe working space for Bill did not exist. Another reason is that Phil was not in compliance with OSHA safety standards at the time of Bill's injury. Per the OSHA Training Standards Policy Statement dated April 28, 2010, Phil should have had adequate training or instruction on the equipment he was using to avoid injury. Because the machine Bill was using had no safety manual, maintenance manual, or training manual, Bill was not provided the correct documentation needed for training purposes or maintaining a safe work environment. Phil's gross negligence led to our client's injury. Phil had one previous workers' compensation claim and 5 years to repair, order manuals, or buy new machines for Bill to use, and still chose to take no action. Bill made Phil aware of the concerns he had regarding the equipment's maintenance and safety, only to be talked down to and ignored completely. Lastly, Phil could have avoided this accident completely had he only purchased new equipment as soon as he had the money. Phil also had the option of having the equipment serviced and up to date on maintenance. These two solutions were ignored and intentionally avoided by Phil, giving more reason to having my client's requests accommodated.